The first expedition, the reset, the optional wipe in Arc Raiders is just around the corner. The last date is December 21st, and a lot of information online is getting the details wrong. So I want to set things straight, explain what's actually happening with the expedition, what you'll get, and what you'll lose. Firstly, you've got until December 21st to basically get your caravan built if you haven't already yet. Now let's talk about some important factors here. It's confirmed that you will get up to 5 additional skill points for your character if you do the expedition, but the number of skill points you get will be determined by how much your inventory value is. The developers haven't given details on how much value we need, but to play it safe, I would suggest trying to store up as much value as you possibly can up until December 21st if you care about maxing out those 5 extra skill points. I've got some tips later on in this video on how you can make some money pretty quickly in this game. First things first, you don't need to just store up a bunch of stuff in your storage. Your wallet value, your coins value will go towards this amount. So if you're struggling with storage space, you're completely safe and fine just to sell stuff. The information you're seeing on screen is coming straight from the developers or the community managers working on Arc Raiders in the official Discord. So you don't need to stash up a bunch of stuff and try and min-max your stash storage. Just sell everything you can and make as much money as possible. Like I said, we don't know how many millions we need to get the full 5 skill points, but just try to fill up as much as you can. Personally, I'm going to aim for 10 million in value before December 21st. Maybe that's a bit overkill. It might be a lot less. Hopefully, the developers will give us some more information before it's too late. Now, there's some important details we need to understand about what happens when we go on this expedition. We'll lose some things, but we'll also keep some things. One of the biggest benefits of the expedition is the additional storage space and skill points. These gained bonuses will be permanent. A lot of people are under the belief that once you go on the expedition, you'll only get those 5 skill points and extra storage space once, and you won't get them again. However, it's confirmed they are permanent, both in-game and by the community managers. So what that means is, if you continue to do expeditions throughout the course of the lifetime of Arc Raiders, you might be able to keep boosting your stash space and skill points to the point where maybe one day, and this is just a theory at this point, maybe we'll be able to unlock the entire skill tree. Who knows? The point is, these are permanent rewards that will not go. Any cosmetics we might get from the expedition will also stay with us. In fact, we can go into the game right now and go to Raider, then Projects, and click About Expeditions to see more details. And as we go through here, you can see what is reset and what is kept. We will lose our stash upgrade progress. That is basically the money that we spent to boost our stash size, right? Very easy to get that back. Inventory items. We'll lose all of our inventory items. If you're preparing ahead of time, not a massive deal, honestly. Blueprints, definitely the biggest thing here. We'll lose all of our blueprints, so that one is going to hurt the most, I think, especially because they are so rare to find. Coins, we'll lose all of our coins, our actual Raider currency that we can spend on items from the traders. Player level, that will go back to level 1. All of our skill points will be gone alongside that. Our Raider Den progress will be gone as well as our workshop and quest progress. So all of this stuff we'll have to do again from the beginning. However, we'll still be able to play all of the maps. We won't have to level up to access them. All of the workshop stations will still be available. So we'll just have to unlock the initial workshop, and then we'll have all of the workshop stations there ready to go. Raider tokens and cred, the blue and gold currency, will not be lost. Our Raider Dex progress, the battle pass system essentially, will not be lost. Our leaderboard and trials progress will not be lost. Our cosmetics won't be lost. Our personal event progress, so for example, the Stellar Monsters event we've got going on now. And more importantly, any bonus skill points earned and bonus stash points earned will not be lost. Now, this is where people get confused. We will get some temporary benefits for doing the expedition, and we'll only keep those if we continue to do the expedition. Now, these are different to the stash space upgrade and the skill points boost, right? We can get up to 5 skill points and extra stash space. They'll be permanent and will stack over time. The rewards and buffs section are the temporary things. These include increased XP gain, extra scrappy materials, increased weapon repairs, and more stash space. You can also earn bonus skill points based on the value of the items in your stash upon departure. This is why it gets a little bit confusing. This rewards and buffs page includes all of the information about what buffs we'll get. However, the last two, the stash space and the skill points, will be permanent, whereas all of the others will only be temporary if we do the expedition, and they're sort of more like passive buffs anyway. What that means now is we need to get the caravan complete and build up our stash as much as possible. So how are we going to make the most amount of money? Well, my best suggestions are dependent on your playstyle. If you don't mind a bit of PvP or action, what you can do is go and do a little bit of Stellamontes farming. Stellamontes has the highest value of loot on any map possible, and it's probably the fastest money per hour possible if you can avoid the PvP. My suggestion is to go in with a really light loadout and stick a raider hatch key in your safe pocket. If you get a lot of goodies, then you can just escape out the hatch and make a lot of money during that progress. And if you die, then you won't really lose anything whatsoever. In fact, I've been doing this a lot. It works pretty effectively. You don't even have to go in with a gun. You can just go in with literally a raider key in your pocket. Another way to make money is the Lush Blooms event. To me, this is the safest way to make money and really, really good. You can find the Lush Bloom spawns, the raider baskets, on the Metaforge website. So you can get an idea of where they're spawning. They're not guaranteed spawns, they're just potential spawns. However, once you've got a hang of finding these baskets, you'll figure out their spawn points and their, where the devs decided to put them. And once you've got into the flow of things, the Lush Blooms will make you around 500,000 per hour easy. You just collect all the fruit, go back, rinse and repeat, and sell all the fruit after the Lush Blooms event is over. And it really does start to stack up. It's an extremely good way to make money. And for the most part, it's not as PvP active as most of the other map events. If for whatever reason Lush Blooms ends up becoming too overcrowded, another thing you can do is fight the queen, but not kill the queen. Killing the queen is a really resource intensive thing to do. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of ammo, and the reward is really not that great. But what you can do is just go in with a heavy weapon. Turns out the Bettina, even though it's pretty bad, is really good at shredding through queen armor and knocks it off really quickly. So if you're scared to run an Equalizer or a Jupiter or a Hole Cracker, use a Bettina, because, everyone has the Bettina blueprint. It's really easy to craft, and it will knock off that queen armor really quickly. You can run in, grab the cores, and then escape through the raider hatch. That could be a nice way to make a little bit of money pretty quickly. If that doesn't work, you could just do the Harvester puzzle. Doing the Harvester and breaching open the containers can be a great way to get money because the energy ammo money value has increased recently. So you can go and farm this and then just sell everything from here. And with some practice, you can do this pretty effectively. So there are some money-making methods that you're going to need to get the most amount of value possible so you're ready for the expedition. All right, hopefully this video cleared up some confusion about the expedition system. My question to you now is, are you going to do it and say goodbye to your blueprints, or are you going to hold off and keep all your stuff? Let me know, and I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.